D&D, TikTok, and beyond, and welcome to Roll for Sandwich, the series where I let fate decide my lunch. Let's go. Today, of course, I'll be using the Halloween dice that I've used on the show before. Thanks again to the person who sent those in. Let's get started with our roll for bread. 2 everything bagel. A lot of you pointed out that a nothing bagel would probably be a plain bagel, but a few of you said it would just be a smear of cream cheese on a plate, and I like that better. Next up, let's roll for Maine. 9 capicola. Finishing off the rest of my sweet capicola. This sandwich feels very New York so far. All right, let's roll for cheese. Pumpkin, that's 6. Queso fresco. All right, we'll crumble on some queso fresco here. This mild and salty cheese should be a good fit. If mozzarella would work, I don't see why this wouldn't. All right, let's roll our roughage. 7 tomato and 8 red onion. I'm a big fan of tomato on a sandwich, and it should definitely pair nicely here with the meat and the cheese. It'll bring in a slight bit of acid.
Not a big tomato guy, but
moisture,
looks good.
which should be good. I think the red onion will be a nice addition too, especially with that cured capicola. Our sandwich is refreshingly normal at the moment.
Yeah, it looks good.
It's a little too normal, especially for the episode
something's gonna
Halloween.
happen. Something's gonna happen.
All right, well, it's time to hit it with some wild magic. 8.
The wild magic table is a drizzling, a special spice on top of what already exists as a sandwich. If you
add chocolate sauce.
Chocolate sauce. Can I take it and improve it? Magic shell. Magic shell.
Magic shell.
Magic shell. Wild
Now we have
magic.
a-
Magic shell.
Now we have a textural component. Magic shell, if you're not familiar.
If you put it in the refrigerator.
Okay, so yeah, you're going to have to put magic shell on it and then put the sandwich in the freezer for a half hour.
What?
Oh, a minute.
There it is. There's the weird. All right, I guess we're putting magic shell on it. We're going to do that at the end. Yippee. All right, and last but not least is the D20 sauce roll. Here we go.
You have to put the sandwich in the freezer?
Nat 20. Nat pumpkin. All right, so thinking about how we're going to have to add chocolate sauce to this, I'm going to go with barbecue sauce. It's already sweet, and chocolate will just kind of make it richer. It's still not going to be the ideal sandwich experience, but I think that this choice will mitigate a lot of the badness. All right, let's get our sandwich put together here. Get our toothpicks in to hold it together. And let's get it cut in half. And let's take a look at that not quite finished cross section. Looks good for now. Now, in order for our magic shell to work, we have to get our sandwich cold, or the magic shell won't become a shell. So it's going in the freezer. Here we go.
A few moments later.
All right, here's our chilled bagel sandwich ready for the magic. If you're unfamiliar, magic shell is a ice cream topping that goes on liquid and solidifies into a chocolate shell when it is exposed to cold. And there it is. It worked pretty well. 20 minutes in the freezer was enough. Hopefully I still have a mostly edible sandwich. I've heated a lot of sandwiches up on this show, but this is the first one that I have had to make colder. And that is what worries me the most about it. Let's go ahead and give it a taste. Honestly, taste-wise, it's not too bad. Barbecue sauce was definitely the right choice to pair with that chocolate, but it was in the freezer too long. The tomatoes are actually frozen.
Oh,
like, not
no.
fully frozen, but enough to where it's very unpleasant to eat them. The onion, the capicola, the barbecue sauce, and the chocolate actually all go together really well, though. If this was a regular temperature sandwich with chocolate sauce and not magic shell, this might have been nice. But as it is, it's a 4.1 today, and I'm going to call it the Cold Dane Shell. You can catch me at Anime Pasadena. And
I feel like a 4 is a little generous, dude. Just putting a sandwich in the freezer is gotta be one of the worst things I've ever heard. Oh, man, dude. Holy
Noon D&D, TikTok, and beyond, and welcome to Roll for Sandwich, the series where I let fate decide my lunch. Let's go. Today's episode of Roll for Sandwich is sponsored by...
Dude, hello? These are the 20 gifted subbies. You're insane, dude. Holy shit. 20 gifties. Hey, much love, dude. Appreciate it. What, did he get another sponsor? He does.
Porkrinds.com. Porkrinds.com has a huge selection of different flavors of pork rinds that they ship directly to
Calf,
your door.
thanks for the 2
Today
gifties.
we're
Appreciate
taking
it.
a look at their newest product, Pop at Home pork rinds. We're going to be making our own pork rinds and hopefully a sandwich that goes well with them. Let's do it. All right, let's get started with our roll for bread. 5 oatmeal bread. All right, got a couple slices of our relatively soft oatmeal bread made with rolled oats. Not a bad start. Next up, let's roll for Maine. 9 ham. Definitely a fitting main to go with our pork rind sandwich.
Okay.
It's going to be a very piggy sandwich. Next up, let's roll for cheese. 3. Comté. Comté is a nutty tasting French cow's milk cheese, and it is one of the highest produced cheeses from France. It is a semi-hard cheese that is aged anywhere from 4 months to 3
I'm glad it's not
years.
just me that tries to cut cheese like that and just gets little slices and it up. I don't get like nicely cut ones.
2 Barbie pickles and 11 none. These pickles are made with many different pink things.
More
Are made with
pickles.
many different pink things, including strawberry jelly, red wine vinegar, pink lemonade, and fruit punch. They toe
Jelly, pink lemonade. Are you serious?
the line nicely between sweet and sour. In my opinion, a little bit better than the Kool-Aid pickles, at least the ones that I have. And I think they should go okay on this sandwich. I think 6 of our Barbie pickles will definitely be enough. All right, and today we have our mild magic in that we are not rolling. We're gonna fry up some of these pork rinds. So you can fry these up on your stove or make them in the air fryer. I'm gonna use my wok, fill it with a little vegetable oil, get it heated up to 400 degrees, and then you just start tossing them in. Each one only takes about 30 seconds to a minute. I've sped this up a little bit. I found it easiest to avoid burning them by doing 1 or 2 at a time. And once they've puffed up to their full size, you just set them on some paper towel to dry. And you
Wait,
have fresh
dude, my
homemade
mind just got
pork
blown
rinds.
watching
Hit 'em
that.
with whatever seasoning you want right after they come out. Looks good to me. Let's get them on the sandwich. These will definitely add a big crunch to the sandwich, which I'm pretty excited about. And a big hit of salty savory, which should be great. All right, and last but not least, it's the D20 sauce roll. Here we go. 10 red pepper mayo. All right, you know what? This is not a bad roll at all. Mayo's great on a ham sandwich, and this just adds a little extra something with that sweet red pepper. Given that we kind of have a sweet and sour pickle thing going on, I think that's a good choice. Let's go ahead and get our sandwich closed up here.
Not bad.
Get our toothpicks in to hold it together. And let's snap it in half. Well, I forgot to hold the sandwich up to the camera in the other shot, but here's the cross section. Not a bad looking sandwich. Let's give it a taste. Yeah, you know, this is pretty dang good. As you could hear, it's very crunchy, and all the flavors work together really nicely. Personally, I would have liked some mustard on it, but it's pretty good how it is. I'd easily eat this any day. I'm gonna go ahead and give this one a 9.7 today, and I'm gonna call it Piggy and Pink. I'll be at Anime Pasadena and Pasadena,
If it didn't have the
California
pickles,
this weekend. I hope some of you will come by and
I'd
say
agree.
hi. Have a great rest of your day.
But the pickles looked, pickles were interesting. Okay, next.
Good afternoon, D&D, TikTok, and beyond, and welcome to Roll for Sandwich, the series where I let fate decide my lunch. Let's go. Today I'll be using this dice set sent to me by Chef Mike Harris. It's his signature set, and I'm excited to give it a roll. Thanks. Let's get started with our roll for bread. 1, freezer ends. Today my pull from the freezer is a couple slices of brioche. Not mad about that. All right, let's roll for main. 2, PB&J. This set actually came with a D2, so we're gonna flip it to see if we skip roughage or not. Heads we skip, tails we don't. And it's heads, so we'll be skipping the roughage roll today. All right, so we've got our crunchy natural peanut butter. We're gonna add
From
that
the
to our
other
sandwich
room,
here.
this guy
Rolling
sounded
PB&J
like
with brioche
seagull.
was a little bit of serendipity.
You
It's
think
a pretty
so?
sweet bread on its own, and that should pair nicely with the peanut butter and jelly. I've got strawberry jam, so I guess the J in my PB&J today is jam. We'll get a nice layer of that on here. This is the first time we've landed on the skip the roughage roll, so it'll be interesting to see how that works out for this PB&J. All
Oh,
right,
here.
next we'll roll for cheese. These dice are so heavy. 1,
What's the tower wiggles? Wait, hang on, what?
PB&J. All right, next we'll roll for cheese. These
It
dice
really
are so
does.
heavy.
Holy shit.
1, shrimp mucost. Mucost is Swedish for soft cheese, and it comes in these tubes that kind of look like paint or toothpaste. I've had several flavors on the show before, but not the shrimp flavor. It's shaping up to be a very gooshy sandwich. All right, so we're skipping roughage. Let's hit it with the wild magic. 6.
1 tablespoon cumin. It's one tablespoon of cumin.
Yep.
That's
One
fine.
tablespoon- One tablespoon.
1
cumin.
tablespoon cumin.
That doesn't seem like
Aren't
too
you
much.
supposed
I
to
don't know
put
what that
peanut
changes.
butter and
Tablespoon
jelly on different
cumin.
sides of
Yes!
the bread?
I agree with you.
Just anything?
Here's
I'm
the
the
thing,
same
though.
way.
You might get cute and just make a gigantic sandwich.
I don't think he has that much control
He
over
doesn't
it.
have that power because his bread, it's all
that's
decided
right.
for him.
Okay. I know that this is a teaspoon, 3 teaspoons and a tablespoon. This actually fits in the cumin thing, so I'm using a teaspoon. Oh man, even a teaspoon, looks like 2. Yep, that's definitely
Dude, that's
too
a
much. I
lot.
have to do that 2 more times. Okay,
Dude, what
here
the
we go. This just
what
looks
the
like well, at least there's plenty of
what the
stuff to. Gosh,
that's
I gotta be
so
careful I don't
wrong.
aspirate cumin when I try to eat this. Oh boy. Well, wild magic indeed. All right, and last but not least, it's the D20 sauce roll. Here we go. 16, Mrs. Mustard. Mrs. Mustard is a hot honey mustard.
Wait, that looks
made by
gas.
Wilbur's from Ohio. It's pretty good. Not sure how much it's going to help here. And we really just have a sauce on sauce on sauce on an ungodly amount of cumin sandwich. Let's go ahead and get our sandwich closed up here.
Oh, no.
Get our toothpicks in to hold it together. Let's get
Oh,
it
my
cut in half.
guy.
And let's take a look
Please.
at that cross-section.
Please.
Oh boy.
Oh, hell no.
Weird with a capital W today. Essentially 4 different sauces and spreads and so much cumin. Ugh, this is...
It's gonna be like eating a
Let's give it a
sandwich
taste.
at the beach.
This is so strange. I can literally only taste cumin. It covers up the peanut butter. It covers up the shrimp cheese. It's gritty. I did expect it to be a little more intense. It's definitely too much cumin, but it's not like unbearable. All right, that went down the wrong pipe. I definitely don't recommend making this sandwich.
That's a
I'm
0,
pretty sure
right?
The only thing I'm going to be tasting for
That's
Dave,
a 0.
believe it or not, I'm going to give it a 0.8. And I'm going to call it I'm Only Cumin. Here, Earl, you deserve a snack.
That was a
Sorry,
good
Chef
reference,
Mike.
actually. I
I'll
like
be
that
at
one.
Anime Pasadena tomorrow and Sunday. Come say hi. And for everyone else, have a great week.
Dude, I remember that. That was such a good meme that was floating around for a while.
Good afternoon, D&D, TikTok, and beyond, and welcome to Roll for Sandwich, the series where I let fate decide my lunch. Let's go. Today I'm going to be using this multicolored set of dice that was given to me as a gift at Gen Con. Thanks. Let's get things started with our roll for bread. 2, onion roll. All right, we've got our nice roll covered with onions and poppy seeds. Not a bad savory start. Let's roll for our main. 11, roll 2d12. All right, we've got double mains. Here we go. 4 turkey and 5 leftovers. All right, we'll get some turkey on here. Turkey is one of my least favorite sandwich meats. Not that I dislike it, it's just kind of boring to me. Today for my leftovers, I have a Taco Bell cheese quesadilla. How do you end up with an entire leftover quesadilla from Taco Bell? Well, when I went there for lunch yesterday, I ate my entire meal, and then a staff member came out and said, "We made this on accident. Do you want it?" And I said, "Sure."
What?
All right, next up, let's roll for cheese.
Why can't that happen to me? What the f***? Dude, that's awesome. And I'm just like, oh, all right. You want this?
6, Red Leicester.
This is not
Red
famous
Leicester is
enough
a
yet.
crumbly English cheese
Real.
similar to cheddar. It is
Wait, what? Dude, what the f***?
Leicester. Red Leicester is a crumbly English cheese similar to cheddar.
Tell me that doesn't look like a Lego block.
It is an aged cheese dotted with little bits of crystallization that appear redder than the rest of the cheese. It has a sharp flavor similar to that of a mature cheddar. It should go just fine on this sandwich so far. All right, let's roll our roughage. 4 lotus root and 10 banana peppers. Well, this will be my first time eating lotus root. These are pickled, but in a very
Pickles.
subtle brine. They look pretty neat having this
Hey, they look like cheese wheels. You ever seen cheese wheels, chat? Like the pasta?
almost flour or wagon wheel type cross section.
Dude, they're cheese wheels.
I gave one a try and they're quite fibrous. They remind me a little bit of hearts of palm taste-wise. All chopped up like this, it kind of looks like pasta. Like I just opened a box of mac and cheese.
Yeah,
with
they're
baked
forbidden cheese
macaroni.
wheels.
Well, I don't know if this will really add much to the sandwich taste-wise, but it shouldn't hurt us too bad at least.
No, I don't mean string cheese. Your string cheese has a bunch of holes in the top. What string cheese are you eating?
Now, thankfully, we get to add some banana peppers. I'd be hard-pressed to find a sandwich that these don't help. To me, they just add the perfect amount of acid. So whenever I roll banana peppers, I consider that a small win, and I will take those where I can get them. All right, next up, let's roll Wild Magic. Nat 20. That means I can do whatever I want for Wild Magic. For my Wild Magic, I choose to add some Kewpie mayo. Again, I think this is something that helps just about every sandwich. And even though we're about to roll for another sauce, this should pair well with most of them. All right, and last but not least, it's the D20 sauce roll. Here we go. 5, Drunken Jerk. This secret aardvark Drunken Jerk Jamaican marinated hot sauce will give us a little taste of the Caribbean. Though it's often on the edge of my spice tolerance, I quite enjoy jerk seasoning. In addition to the heat, there's notes of nutmeg, cinnamon, allspice, smoked paprika. It's a really tasty blend of spices. Let's go ahead and get our sandwich closed up here. Get our toothpicks in to hold it together. And let's get it cut in half. And let's take a look at that cross section. All right. Not sure what quite to think about this one. We're a little bit all over the place today. I guess I'm just going to have to leave it up to the taste test. Here we go.
I don't know about this one, Chief.
Well, unfortunately, that quesadilla doesn't have a great texture left
Many
over.
thanks.
Also, don't think I'm a huge fan of the Lotus root. The jerk spices are nice, but it's just a bit too much. And this turkey's pretty bland. It's not an offensive sandwich, but it's just kind of mediocre. I tell you what, though, I'll take mediocre over a tablespoon of cumin any day. I think I'm going to go ahead and give this one a 4.8, and I'm going to call it Case of the Mondays. Thanks for hanging out with me today.
Case
Have a
of
great
the
day. See you
Mondays.
Wednesday.
Okay, dude, I like that one. That's pretty good.